Hello, beautiful people. If you see my last video, then you would know that I'm starting a little journey within myself of trying to cut out a majority of things. Besides things that just give me natural sustenance. So no sugar, no gluten, no nothing besides fruits and veggies. No drugs, no smoking, no drinking, nothing like that. I say it is 30 days sober. I guess you could say that. I got the idea from somebody in California, and they said it was 30 days sober, so I guess we'll go with that. Um, Sorry if my energy's not as high right now. I had a pretty long day at work. But regardless of the fact, I want to do videos every around 3 days, kind of documenting and highlighting the parts of my journey. So it should be around 10 videos altogether. Um, Now, I will say it is very difficult for me to always record what I'm doing to get specific highlights of the things that I do throughout the day, just because I'm not used to doing something like that. This is very new to me anyway, starting a YouTube channel and documenting myself and my life. But I write a lot. So at first, and bear with me with this, at first it's going to be more videos of me just being vulnerable and just literally going based off of the reflections that I write daily about what I actually have going on or had going on in the days prior. Sooner or later, I'm definitely going to start trying to implement more highlight videos of me actually working out or the things that I do within myself and within my life that help me better myself. But for right now, at least for these 3 days, the last 3 days, I guess, I'm just going to read from my journal, where I basically just explain what I did the last 3 days. Keep in mind, the first 2 days I did a water fast where I only drank water. But the last day I had to work, and my job is physically exerting. So I didn't want to necessarily put myself in that position to do as much physical exertion as it takes with only drinking water. I definitely can, and I definitely have before. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's very physically tolling, and there's no point in me doing that. So I decided to do the complete 3 day water fast on the days that I have off because I have 3 days off, 4 days on with my job. And yeah, I'm gonna do it like that. So we'll get started. Go ahead and go to the page. So if I'm not mistaken, yeah. So I will be starting on the 16th. Because the 15th I drove back from California, which was a pretty cool trip. It was my first time going to California, so I enjoyed that. Went to San Diego for my girlfriend's friend's birthday. But on the 16th, um, so I didn't make it home until 8:30 a.m. And that's from driving all night. So that was definitely a fun road trip in a little ass car. But anyways, I unpacked the car, and I seen that they didn't tow my car, which was very nice. I live in an apartment. I just moved into this apartment last month or 2 months ago, I believe. And I had a different car when I moved into the apartment, but now I have a car that I drove in high school, and I didn't have it registered to the apartment complex, so they were gonna tow it. And of course, even though we've been using that car since we moved in, and they haven't said anything, they decided to actually say something and put a tow sticker on my car when I wasn't even in the state. Because it literally happened as soon as we got to California when I found out that they put a tow sticker on my car for my girlfriend's parents. But needless to say, they didn't tow my car, which was a beautiful thing. It was definitely a blessing. Um, but after I unpacked the car and we got inside and settled down, I took a nap. And then once I got up, I started the day. I looked on Zappos, which is a shoe website that goes through my job. I work for Amazon DSP, delivering packages. I decided I was gonna get some Carhartt boots that were only $10. They were $150 originally, but they only turned out to be $10 because I got a discount since I work for Amazon. But I didn't actually buy them until yesterday when my check actually hit. So I had to make sure I had the money for them. But then we were gonna go to Bondi Bowl and get, which is a very good restaurant, or not restaurant. It's a acai bowl place, if you know what that is, or just a smoothie bowl place, I should say. Um, Very good. It's in Edmond, Oklahoma. They have food trucks. They have them in more locations, but we go to the one in Edmond, Oklahoma, because we live in Oklahoma. Very good. One of my favorite restaurants. They're top notch. Definitely should check it out if you ever get a chance or you're near one. And then pick up our dog from her mom's house. My dog is named Nova, my pretty girl. But we ended up not going. But I did wash and I did my morning routine. And I do this every day. It consists of yoga, then prayer, well, yoga, prostrations, which are um, where I just actually sit and I speak to. I don't know how to explain it. If you know what a prostration is, then you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then look it up. I don't really know how to explain it. But I do yoga, then I do prostrations, and then I pray, and then I meditate. The timing of it all varies, but I do it all every morning. I wake up around. Right now, I wake up at 6 to 6:30, but I don't get out of bed until 7. I give myself a little bit of leniency on when I actually get out of bed comparative to when I wake up, just so I can wake up my body and my mind first, and then once those are awake and when I feel like getting up, I'm out of bed by 7 o'clock usually, and that's when I do all those things to give myself ample amount of time to take care of myself, because in my eyes that is a form of self-care. Those things are a form of self-care. Um, so I did that. But we ended up going to Sauce instead of Bondi, which is another very good restaurant in Oklahoma City. If you haven't been there before, I really love that place. Um, I didn't eat though, just because it was my first day on my fast. She got the vegan rolls. My girlfriend got vegan rolls, which are very good. Um, I recorded the first video of this series as well in my car while we were out there. Came back, did the dishes, cleaned out our cat litter. We have 2 litter boxes, and I cleaned them both out. That shit is loud. I'm sorry if y'all hear that. Just give me 1 second. It's 11 o'clock, and that loud ass helicopter just flew over this bitch. Sorry, guys. But we have 2 litter boxes. We have 2 cats, Cheese It and Kitty. So I cleaned out their litter as well. And then uh, I did a diet plan for my close brother, close homeboy of mine named Grayson. Um, so I got all that figured out for him to help him work on gaining and bulking up. I care a lot about food and fitness, just because they're very two important things for the human body and building our temples up. So I definitely, and that's something that I will be diving into more as my videos progress, and giving out more of my own information so people can tap in with me personally to either get on certain diets depending on what you want to do, if you have a specific diet that you want to get on, or if you're trying to bulk or lose whatever it is in the kitchen, because no matter what it oof no matter what it is, when it comes to weight, it always starts in the kitchen. um and then working out, of course. I love working out. It's something that I very much enjoy to do. Shout out Broly Gaines. He gives me a lot of ideas and a lot of good motivation to want to work out and change my body for the better. So shout out to him. But that's beside the point. To get back to this, so I did that for my homeboy. Got that finished up for him. And then I printed out my days. So before I started writing my reflections in my notebook, I typed them up on my phone and I called the notes days. And what I would do is I would type up as many as I can and then print them out once the page got too full. So I printed out the second and third one that I did, because after the third one I just started doing it in my notebook. I posted the YouTube video that day as well. I recorded and posted that. Then me and my girl went to Sprouts. She got cookies and I got some water. I got a case of water so that I could have that for us and I could have it for my fast. I did a little workout just in my room, and I decided, and this is the day that I decided I want to start to do 20 burpees a day on top of the 100 push-ups a day that I've been doing. I can't remember when exactly I started doing 100 push-ups a day, but it's been about a month and a half, I think, almost two maybe. But I decided that I'm gonna start doing 20 burpees on top of that, so that'll definitely be a nice little thing, and I have done it every day since then. But that's besides the point. I listed my old car, the car that I'm currently driving, on Facebook Market, because I plan on selling that one and getting back in my old vehicle and starting to drive that one again. Old as in my current one before I got back in the one I had from high school. I folded my clothes, and the workout that I did consisted of 10-star push-ups, which are push-ups where I go down, and when I come up, I kind of go into like a downward dog shape, and I reach in with the opposing hand. I touch the opposing foot, and I did that 10 times. I did 10 push-ups with mountain climbers afterwards. 10 push-ups, and then I got up and I did squat Frankensteins, which is me just squatting. And when I come up, I reach opposite hand to opposite toe, and then 10 burpees. And then I listen to the Oracle. If you don't know what that is, the Oracle of the Goddess is a very good, very, very beautiful person, very beautiful entity that I found on my spiritual journey, who has helped me a lot. I listen to her messages every night or every morning, just depending on what's going on at the moment. And she's just been very helpful. I thank and I bless her so much for the work she's done in my life. If I ever get to meet her, that'd be beautiful. But if not, I understand that her job and her position in my life is that of guiding me, so it's not necessary. But that was the extent of the first day, which was October 16th, 2023. So October 17th, 2023. I woke up around 1 or 2 because I wasn't actually asleep. I meditated. I started meditating till one of the Oracle's messages as well after I had taken a shower. And I ended up just being in a meditative state for a couple hours. And then when I got up out of it, it was like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, of course. My girl was asleep though, so I listened to frequencies to fall back asleep. I had a very intense dream and woke up and I couldn't go back to sleep afterwards, so I stayed up on my phone and found pics from Cali that I liked. I posted the car on Marketplace, which I was supposed to do the day before, but I didn't. And then I found some beats and figured out what I want to do for one of my new projects that I'm working on called Trippin'. It's capital TRIP and then just a letter N. I call it that because, well, one, I wrote it while I was on a road trip, and two, just because of the meaning behind it. It's a 3-part thing, and each part is kind of indicative of a certain part of my life from the last few months. And the reason I call it tripping is because if you are somebody who's spiritually inclined or who knows a lot about spirituality and self-awareness, you know, tripping like off of a drug, it's no different than just your normal life. So it's like I'm taking you on a trip, whoever's viewing and taking in my song, because it's 2 parts of it is a song, 1 part of it is a poem. So whoever's taking in my poem, whoever's taking in my art, basically, I'm taking them on a trip throughout my life from just the last few months, throughout my spiritual journey and things like that. Because that's all it's about. It's helping people relate and gain ideas and information on how they can find themselves and find ways to better themselves in their life. So I did that. then I watched Adventure Time to actually fall asleep, which is cool because I used to really like Adventure Time, but then I stopped watching it, especially recently because I don't have anything to watch it on. My phone is basically just a brick that I can use to call and text on because I don't have any apps on it besides YouTube, and usually my YouTube is filled with spiritual based things. So I don't actually know what made me want to start watching Adventure Time, to be honest, but I'm just watching marathons on YouTube, so I'm not even able to watch the full thing. I've just been watching the marathons that Cartoon Network had posted on YouTube. I woke up a couple times, but I actually got up around 9:40. I called a drug testing place for a Shurion, but they weren't talking about anything, even though they had been blowing my phone up about calling them, which was goofy, but whatever. Um, I did my morning stuff, and then I started my day. I thought about recording some of the yoga that I did that day, but it fell through. Once I get into it and I get into that state, I don't really, and that's what I mean about wanting to get better about recording myself doing some of the things that I do, but at the same time, that's more of a personal thing, especially because I'm very, very secure in my spirituality and the things that I do to aid my spirituality. So maybe eventually, just not that day. I wasn't prepared as much. Um, I found some video editing software as well. It's called CapCut. That's what I'm gonna start using at least for right now until I can find something better. Uh, I recorded myself doing 20 push-ups and 10 burpees, but I did it on my girlfriend's phone, and she has an iPhone and I have an Android, and trying to send fucking videos between those make the video shitty. So and that video kind of fell through. And sorry if I'm sniffling a lot. I'm not sick. I don't believe in being sick because of how good I take care of my body. It's just been very wild recently, I guess you could say. But you'll get over it. It's sniffles. You've heard people sniff before. Then I made a grocery list, and then I talked to my boss at my job about working more days. Well, not working more days, but working the rest of the week because I wasn't scheduled for the rest of the week, and I was able to work the rest of the week, so that's cool. I did 30 more push-ups, and I did my 2 miles. I try to run 2 miles every day. The only days that I don't really run the 2 miles is the days that I work because I run a lot at work, and I feel like I make up for it at work. But that 2 miles kicked my ass because I didn't run as much as I should have while I was in California. So that was my fault. But did it anyways, and I knocked it out. So that was good. I did 25 push-ups once I got to my first mile, and then I did another 25 when I got to my other mile. Um, excuse me, sorry. Got home. I listened to a hemispheric synchronization. If you don't know what that is, it's sounds and frequencies that you can listen to that help synchronize your brain's hemispheres. Because when you do that, then you're able to. There's just a lot of benefits in hemispheric synchronization. If you want to learn more about that, I would definitely recommend going to check out YouTube videos and stuff. That's how I learned about it. And it is very helpful. It's another way of using frequencies to tap in with your mind and take a second to actually understand what's going on up there. So it's nice. And then I got in the shower. My nose has been tweaking. My nose has been tweaking since that day. It is still tweaking. I shaved, which was cool. I like shaving. It makes me all nice and smooth. Then I made my girl some food, and I did my oil pool. Oil pools are very nice. I would recommend doing them. I got it from my Oracle. It helps get the toxins out of your mouth and your body. All it is just taking. I use coconut oil, but you can use different oils that are natural and that are good for you. You take a scoop, a tablespoon. I don't even know how much I do necessarily. I just grab my container and just scoop that motherfucker out. I use Nuvia coconut oil for mine. Usually try to do it in the morning, but sometimes I do it at night. But I just get a scoop, throw that motherfucker in there, and just swirl it around for 15 to 20 minutes. It's weird and it's hard at first, but you definitely get used to it. Especially if you can find other things to do around your house or writing notes or watching a YouTube video or something just to take your mind off of it. But you just swirl it around your mouth 15, 20 minutes, and then after that, 15 to 20 minutes, spit it out, and then you're good to go. But I did that. And while I was doing my oil pull, I checked all the seasonings that I have in my cabinet in my kitchen to see what has sugar and the things that I can't have while I'm on my fast, basically. There's only two things that I couldn't, and I'm really not tripping about those things, so that's nice. That a lot of my seasonings are still good because I like to cook. I'm very good at cooking. I would, if I do say so myself. But there is only a certain few things that I can cook while on this journey. So I want to make sure if I'm cooking something for myself that's nutrient, I still want to be able to get a good taste out of it as well. Especially if I'm cooking for my girl because she's very big on taste and seasonings with food. Um, I actually watched videos about 3-day water fasts by I can't remember what his name was. I'm sorry, but thank you so much for the information that you did provide me. And it's basically just explain all the benefits of doing a 3-day water fast. I've done 3-day fasts before, but this would have been if I would have completed the full 3-day water fast. It would have been my first time doing just completely water. Because before, when I would do the 3-day fast that I did, it was just no food ingestion. I would still do drinks, so I would still drink tea. I would still drink like cold pressed juices and stuff like that. Just no actual ingestion of like food, like hard foods. But this time, and I've started it on Sunday. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday is when I'm gonna actually do the full water fast, just water. Um, but the video that I watched was very insightful, and I appreciate that. Then I actually went and got my dog, and I sold the cooler that I had that was just sitting around that I didn't need, which was nice. And I got gas. Thank you, that dude, whoever bought that cooler. You paid for my gas. Um, and then I went to Tractor Supply and got my cat some food. Then I went to Sprouts and got some seeds, which is what I've been eating on the last few days. And like I said, I broke my fast that night going into that morning. I normally don't like eating that late, but I was very hungry. I had not eaten for 2 days, and I was trying to catch up so that my body was prepared for the next day since I did have to have work. But like I said, I'm doing it from Sunday to Tuesday instead. I'm doing my full water, doing the 3-day water fast then. And then yesterday would be the official day 3. Oh, that was October 17th, 2023, October 18th, 2023. So I woke up a couple times, but I got up around 7 and I looked up what the Area 51 mix is. Area 51 mix is one of the mixes that Sprouts have. I shop at Sprouts a lot. Shout out to Sprouts. I love them. They definitely have helped in aiding me with my becoming vegan. They're just actually taking care of my body and caring about what I eat. It's not vegan. It's just caring about what I eat and taking care of my body. But I looked up the ingredients because something was telling me that there is something in it that I cannot have, and of course it is. So no more after the next 4 days of working. So what I decided I was gonna do is, since I already bought it, I'm not gonna just get rid of it. That's kind of pointless, and my girlfriend doesn't like it necessarily. So I put them in containers. Shout out to Bondi Bowl again. I use a lot of Bondi Bowl containers at my house because I like to recycle now. And they're definitely really good containers. I use them for everything. But I filled them all up to about right there with the mix, and then a little bit of walnuts on top. I really like walnuts. Walnuts are really good for you as well. And this is the only thing that I've eaten for the last 2 days. Um, and even with that, I only can eat it at 4 p.m. Between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. That's it. So while working, that is my lunch, basically. But that's the only meal I eat for the entire day. And the reason I'm doing that is because it allows me to get it out of my body completely before I eat it again. And even with that, um, it's the only thing I'm eating. It's the only thing I'm ingesting besides water. So it's definitely still kind of like the fast that I was trying to accomplish anyways. And then after I eat those 4, which I've already eaten 2 because I've already worked 2 days. After I eat the last 2 from working the next 2 days, I'm not gonna eat it anymore at all. And I'm doing my cleanse after those 2 days, so I will definitely be completely cleansed of that mix. But I did me shits, did my morning shits. Then I came and I chilled with my girl in bed for a little bit before I got ready for work. Then I went and got her some weed. I did 10 burpees as well because I forgot to do the 10 burpees from the day before. So I did 10 burpees before work. Then I got to work. I was in truck 93. I had a little slight delivery route. It wasn't no shit. I finished my route around 4, and then I had to rescue somebody after I took a 15-minute break. So I didn't actually get off until 6:15. But I went to the station, got off. I couldn't clock out because I didn't know where the tablet was, and I wasn't finna wait for them niggas, so I just left. I got home and changed, and I texted some folks. And I texted some people about the car on Facebook Messenger. I don't have Facebook. I just use my girls because fuck Facebook. Didn't eat besides between that 4 to 6, like I was saying. Eating that mix between 4 to 6, didn't eat at all. Besides that, same thing for the day before. And the same thing for today because I'm recording this video after the 3 days have already passed, but pish balls. Oh, well, I guess it would have just been yesterday when I started that. Yeah, because I didn't eat anything the day before yesterday. So just yesterday and today were the 2 days where I ate between 4 to 6 only. But didn't eat any more food after that. I made my girl some of her loaded bowl and did 30 offset push-ups. Then I did 10 burpees. Then I got clothes out of the dryer and folded them up. I did 30 archer push-ups after that. And then I watched a video by somebody called Feel Good about the current condition of just everybody and who's going through the spiritual journey and things like that. And it was very insightful. Then I watched a video about Vibes and Frequencies. I very much love him as well. He does very good work, and I thank him for the guidance that he has given me thus far on my journey. Very appreciated. I want to do. I put in here that I want to do emotional release yoga tomorrow morning, which would have been today, this morning, and I did this morning. But I've been wanting to do it for a while, and I want to start doing trauma release exercises as well. But it was I just put that in there as a note. And yeah, that was the extent of that day. I went to sleep shortly after that, and listening to some frequencies. So yeah, man. Like I said, so at first this is just like the trial and error portion of not only this journey but also my YouTube channel, because a part of what this YouTube channel is supposed to be is me documenting my life anyways. It's just very hard to do because it's not something that I've done before. But as I get in more in tune with doing it and getting used to recording the things I got going on and letting you guys in on those type of things in my life, I definitely will. And it'll definitely be helpful with documenting this journey and then my journeys thus far after that. Again, shout out to all the people that I shouted out in this video who've helped me and guided me along the way, along this journey. It was very much appreciated. I would try to tag all of them in the description below, if I remember. I'll try to though. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you got this far and you actually watched the whole thing, definitely more stuff coming, music wise. Art wise, I'll say. I'm not gonna say music because I'm not just a musician. I'm an artist, in my opinion. I've expressed myself through many facets of art. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. whenever I do the next 3 days, which would be today if you're watching the video because it's the day after the 3 days. So it would be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday would be the next 3 days. So thank you all for watching again. Much love, much peace, and infinite life to all beings who dwell upon this beautiful, beautiful world that we have been given by our Creator. And if I could, I would like to do a little prayer. I like to pray. Praying is becoming a very big part of my life, and I feel like everybody could hear something that I pray about, or may feel something that I'm praying for or about, and it's just nice, you know. Excuse me, sorry, but to my God, to our God, the God of the collective, I come to you right now in this moment to give you the utmost honor and praise. I thank you for the day that you made for me and the day that you made for all of our beautiful beings that walk upon this world. I pray for clarity and I pray for peace in the hearts and minds of every single being who watches this video or who doesn't. I pray and I hope that even even with all the darkness and despair and fear that is encapsulating this world right now, I pray that everybody can remember that there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to loathe because there is nothing but love. We are love. We are unconditional love. You are unconditional love, and we are parts of you. And when there is love, there is nothing else. When there is love without condition, there is nothing else that matters because that is all that's important. So I ask that you continue to shine your light down on this world, that big, beautiful ball in the sky that you are. You continue to shine your light down and fill everybody up with your presence and your power to remind us that no matter what goes on in the earthly realm, in the realm of man, you are always by our sides, protecting us, loving us, and filling us up with your energy to keep us going. And as long as we keep moving forward, there is nothing that can stop us. I thank you so much. I praise you, and I surrender to your will and way. Amen and amen. See you guys.